What's your fucking problem? Wearing a fucking mask.
What can we get for you? Come on, sir, you don't have to hold up.
Yeah, I'm from the same town as that guy. So, 2020, huh? What a year, right? What a great year. And throughout all of this, throughout the murder hornets and the people dying, there is one thing that makes 2020 truly the worst year, and that is people not wanting to listen to basic instructions that could save multiple lives. And especially in my hometown, I've seen an increase in people who don't want to wear a mask. And it's very surprising to me that it's not that hard. Now, I work at a local grocery store here in town. I'm not going to show it off because apparently I have a history of doxing myself. Whoopsie. But long story short, I work at a local grocery store here in my hometown. And I have seen an uptick in people who don't, whatever they do not want to do the simple thing of wear a mask. And I have horror stories about that that I'll get into much later in the video. But I just want to make a message abundantly clear. If you are not wearing a mask, you are a fucking idiotic psycho douchebag. It is getting to a point now where you need to wear a mask more than ever, and if you're not wearing a mask, I don't like you, you suck, and I'll say it right off the bat, COVID-19, not a hoax. COVID-19 is deadly. It is worse than the flu, more importantly, and it is a global health pandemic, so for the love of God, for the love of all that's holy, wear a fucking mask. Now, you would think that it wouldn't be that hard for people everywhere to universally agree that wearing a mask is the responsible thing to do, and yet we get videos like this. That was in a Target in, I don't know where, I'll put it on the screen if I know. That was in a local Target. And I just want to say right off the bat to those people, the fact that you are more annoying than theater kids at a Denny's at 1 a.m. Wow. I never thought it could be done. I guess you're worse than all theater kids at Denny's at 5 a.m. Good for you. Bravo, you fucking suck. And I feel so bad for all of the employees who have to deal with this shit, because I know what it's like to have to deal with people who don't want to listen to anything you say. There have been so many times at the place where I work where I tell someone, hey sir, please put on a mask, and they go, no, you fucking suck. And they're grown adults. I've seen little baby children about like this big who actually wear a mask and who are actually more responsible than any adult I've seen walk into. Oh shit, I said it out loud. I'm a doxer. Listen, we all want to buy our groceries. We all want to go and see people. But if you're not wearing a mask, that's not going to You're not going to be able to see those people again. No, I wanted to know who are the main demographic of people not wearing a mask. And wasn't surprised to know that it's Trump supporters. No, that doesn't surprise you. Oh, I mean, I thought it surprised me. Now, because I work in a grocery store, I have heard almost every excuse in the book, and I want to make the perfect excuse to use when you're in a grocery store and don't want to wear a mask. Usually it starts off with, I have a medical condition. Now that doesn't matter. Even if you do, why are you outside then? Why don't you stay inside and order your groceries from, apps? Let's face it, there are apps for everything now. You can order food on an app. You can order groceries on an app. You can order whatever you want on an app. So why are you outside in the first place? But everyone I've seen who does not want to wear a mask starts off with, I have a medical condition. And I say, I know, sir, but our company policy states that even if you do, you have to wear a mask. They then devolve into, well, it's my rights and it's my freedoms and you are infringing upon my rights. No, I'm not. There's nowhere in the Constitution that says that not wearing a mask is your right. It's a mask mandate for our store, and also we are private property. We can do whatever we want, not whatever we want, but we have rules that you have to follow, and all places have rules you have to follow. If I walked into a store naked and I said, I don't have to wear clothes, it's my right, I don't have to wear clothes because clothes are infringing upon my rights, you would frankly look at me like a fucking lunatic, like you should. And again, if you don't want to wear a face mask, order online. It's not that, my grandma could do it if she wanted. But she and my grandpa wear a goddamn mask like responsible adults, and they're 80 years old. The next thing they say after all of that is, well, you are going to be hearing from my lawyers. And to that I say, try us, bitch. If I can wear a mask, and I have severe allergies this time of year, then you can wear a mask, my dear sir or ma'am. If my grandparents who are 80 years old, if my brothers, if my mom, if my dad, if my entire family can wear a mask, if little kids who are about this fucking big can wear a mask, so can you. It's not that hard, it's common sense. And I know that this video so far has just been me ranting, but honestly, at this point, I am so sick of it. It makes me very mad when I see grown adults yelling at underage workers or people my age who are just trying to get paid for the day. Do not make fun of them. They are working right now. They are trying to do their job, and just like you, they're trying to make it through this global pandemic. And if you have to wear a mask, even if it goes against your beliefs, then guess what? You're gonna have to wear a mask. I am sorry to say. And now, let's talk about all the stories of me dealing with these horrible customers. So I have dealt with these kind of customers 7 or 8 times when I'm working at my local grocery store. And there are a lot of them, but I think the main one that really sticks out to me is the first time I interacted with these people and one of the last times I've interacted with these people so far. First time I ever interacted with one of these people, I didn't really say anything. It was actually me and my brother Luke, because we all work at the same store, because, I don't know, it just kind of happened that way. Me and Luke were in the back trying to do our job when we get a page on the intercom saying, hey, can we get someone to the front? And so me and Luke, being the people who are probably at that moment currently in charge, walk to the front of the store, and we are greeted with a woman and her daughter sitting on a bench holding a mask. She explains to me that, again, she has a medical condition, that according to the national mask mandate, something, I don't have to wear a mask, something, let me through, I have a doctor's note, something, that I'm calling your lawyers. Now, Luke, for the most part, was very generous. I kind of stood to the side, and if anything were to happen, I would have fucking sprung into action and beat this bitch up. Okay, I say that, I wouldn't. I'm a nice guy. But, long story short, Luke has to deal with this woman, and he says, ma'am, I know you have to wear a mask, and she just yells at him. She screams at my younger brother because he is saying, you have to wear a mask, ma'am. Now, just to this point, right, me and Luke were not the first workers out there. We have someone who always sits by the door. They saw it, they confronted her about it, she didn't listen to them. Then we had a guy who worked in the meat department come out, saw this, started to deal with it. She didn't listen to him. It took a 18-year-old to deal with this. I felt really bad for the daughter I saw sitting on this bench, clearly embarrassed by her mom because her daughter was holding a mask in her hand, ready to walk into the grocery store, and her mom is making a huge commotion. Now, I didn't really say anything. Like I said, I kind of stood there watching and making sure that nothing bad happened. However, I did try to say one thing. I turned to her and I could see that Luke was saying the same things over, and I turned to her and I said, "Ma'am," and her head, I swear to God, turned like a goddamn cobra, like this, glared at me and said, "Don't you ma'am me." And at that point, that was the most scared I've been in my life. It was very intense. It was very, very, very intense. I just kind of stood there and I'm like, yep, okay, I'm done, backing away. Long story short, Luke did talk her out of it, and she walked to her car in probably embarrassment and very mad. And we later found out that she walked back in the store with a mask on, bought her meat, and walked away. So she has a medical condition, but can wear a mask just fine when she has to. Funny how that works. One of my favorite stories, it's actually the last guy so far that I've had to deal with about not wanting to wear a mask. Now, he actually had a pretty valid excuse. His COPD, and that he has to wear a mask. And I told him, "Listen, sir, I get that, but our company policy clearly states that you still have to wear a mask." And usually at that point, right, I say it politely, and I saw that he looked like a nice guy. And so I thought his response was going to be, "You know what? It's fine. I'll power through. Can you help me though?" Instead, his response was, "Suck a dick, suck a dick, suck a dick," 3 times to everything I said. At that point, I kind of stopped being nice to him, and I said, "Sir, you have to wear a mask. It's our policy. I'm sorry." He told me to suck a dick again. And at that point, I didn't say it to him, but I really wanted to say, "I can't. I'm wearing a mask." But yeah, he told me to suck a dick, suck a dick, suck a dick, suck a dick multiple times. And at that point, I just kind of gave up. I'm like, "You know what? You have to wear a mask still, sir. I'll follow you around, I guess now." I was really embarrassed for myself because there were like 3 other customers around me all staring at me and this guy talking like this. And this woman butts in from from the aisle and goes, "Sir, just listen to what he says." And so he reluctantly put on a mask, but apparently he took it off shortly after I walked away at a different aisle. And that same woman basically started to give him huge amounts of shit for it. So I was called to that spot again with the same guy still not wearing a mask. Listen, I get it. It's a very weird time for America right now, especially with the elections coming up, and I have my own political beliefs. I bet you can guess what they are, but I'm just going to say this. No matter what happens, vote in this upcoming election, for one. For 2, make sure that you are being as precautious as possible. I had a COVID scare already, and I am not about to have that COVID scare again. So I'm going to say it. Be nice to each other. Be nice to all the workers who are at their job trying to help you through this pandemic. Be nice to each other. I know it's cliche, and honestly, me saying be nice to each other isn't going to help anything, and is probably a bad message, especially during this time. But I don't know. America right now sucks. We can all agree on that. America right now is the worst. And I just need people to be kind to each other. That's all I ask anymore. Wear a mask, stay inside, talk to your friends on Discord or video call, or if you do to each other, wear a mask. It's not that hard. It's a piece of fabric that goes over your mouth. I mean, what's it gonna hurt, right? That's all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Also, I'm live streaming on Twitch now. Hooray! I'm live streaming every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Every Tuesday, I'm doing a Wizard 101 stream with all my friends. Every Monday, I'm playing whatever game I want to, and every Wednesday, I'm doing something. You'll find me on Twitch. I'll link in the description. Do what you guys do best, and I'm now going to slowly fade away. Goodbye.